Good evening. This is Wednesday, July the 31st, last day of the month in 2013. Tomorrow is August the 1st of 2013. This is Ernest ODell with the Instant Rewards Network Back Office Live Training. We have kind of a little mix of Instant Rewards, Network Back Office, Instant Money, Network Back Office. We've done some tutorials and videos and replays up on YouTube already on that. If you're a member of any of the Instant Rewards support groups, such as this one, you'll notice right up here in the Files section, there's a document up here on getting started with Instant Rewards. It's pretty much the same in all the groups I've put in there. For right now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything on mute in case anybody needs to ask a question. They can type in like Charles did. I get a lot of background noise, so just to kind of keep the background noise, static, and echo out, I'll put everything on mute. And I've got somebody calling me on Skype. Okay. I'll just tell them we're in the webinar. Grab this real quick, copy the clipboard, and send that to them. Now I'm going to exit out of Skype because I've got my girlfriend over in the Philippines trying to call me at the same time. Now, shut down Skype. I won't have any interruptions. Charles asked a question. He says, I noticed that you bookmark your ad sites. I have many bookmarks, and I don't want to mix these ad sites in with the others. So do you give your ad site a name or somehow group it? I haven't grouped this ad site over here. Okay, it's pretty much, the top 25, and then these down here are kind of alphabetical. What I will probably do, and this takes a considerable amount of work in programming and development, to take, let's say, for instance, this site right here, all these sites, give it a site name along with the URL, and then alphabetize it, and then put them in sections. So, as I have done here on this section here, I got section A, B, C, D, E, F, G, only one in the J, no entries in the K. Eventually, these right here, where there's no entries, would eventually have some entries in them once I get it compiled. But, with approximately 3,200 of these sites over here, it's going to take me several months of culling, cleaning, and getting things, make sure I don't have any duplications like this one here. This particular URL, I know exactly where it goes to. It's copy. It's an affiliate site that is I-framed in over on a free tripod site that I've been running for a couple of years. But as you can see with tripod on the free sites, they have a lot of free ads and fly-ins and stuff like that. But this is the same AdLand Pro as the rest of them. I don't think AdLand Pro has upgradable ads. So I think pretty much everything is free on AdLand Pro. So what I have to do here is take a lot of these duplicates out. I might have the same thing up here, and what I have to do is once I get it cleaned up in a CSV file, Then I would run it through my spreadsheet, and I would run my spreadsheet functions on it to remove duplicates, and then copy it back over to a text file, and then categorize everything and make sure that all the links are live and working. Develop it on a split test mirror site before I plug it all in on the live site. Web programming can be a little tenuous, okay? Programming a website, even such as this, can have its challenges just, in layout. It's not the prettiest site, but it's functional, okay? And I tell people, you can use all kinds of classified ad sites, but if you got them all together on one site like this, pressing Control-D and bookmarking it on your favorites is a great way to kind of keep track of it if you ever need to come over. And I think I've already got it plugged in. So yeah, there it is. And like I said, I did this little video today. I just plugged it in. I did a real short, quick introduction video on this site with Google Hangout to kind of let people know that a real person is taking care of this site. All the links work. I've taken all the dead links out, and yes, we will be updating and upgrading this site. I would strongly suggest anybody who is using YouTube for their branding to do so. If you put a title in on that YouTube video, you can make it keyword rich. I also put in the URL of the actual page here. But if I click on this link, or if I click on this link, it's going to open up a separate tab and actually go to the YouTube video. And most of you, if you don't know, you can always, go over here to the share button. You can grab this, copy that URL, share it with somebody, or you can use these little share buttons right here on the bottom. If you want to embed that video, you would just grab that code right there after it's highlighted and plug it into your website, just like I did. Tonight, I wanted to get into a little bit of these high-traffic sites. There have been people asking me about paid advertising. These sites right here, okay, you can get into Max Bounty, Hydra Media, Neverblue Ads, Neverblue.com. It's the same company, okay? One's just going to route to the other. I think Neverblue redirects over to Neverblue Ads. So if I copy this and go back over to Neverblue, paste and go, it comes up to Neverblue.com. If I go over here to Neverblue Ads, it's just going to mirror the same site with a different URL. Okay. So it's basically the same site. It's a global media company. You could sign up as an affiliate and use their referral program. But as an advertiser, I would just come down here, create an account on Neverblue. You would be assigned an account manager. Get your first name, last name, title of your organization, phone number, email, confirm, the URL of your website that you're using to to promote Never Blue. Do you have any experience with performance-based marketing? Is simple, yes, no. Where's your company headquartered? United States, wherever you're at, India. Since it's a global company, I've got people over in India that are using this, so they would choose India. What was your company's total monthly online advertising budget? Mine runs between $50,000 and $100,000 a month on the monthly. You can get into smaller caps under 5,000. They might not want your business. These people can be choosy. Okay, Never Blue it's a good company, but you know they look for people that probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of $5,000 to $50,000, maybe $100,000 to spend. We're not Apple Corporation, so I'm not going to spend $500,000 a month. Apple probably spends more than that. I beat Apple out one time on keywords for the iPad, but they came back and, overbid me. I was bidding $50 a click, and they were bidding something like 25 or 30 at the time, and nobody was going to challenge them. So I put it in for a few days at 50. They came back and started bidding at 100. So I said, I can't beat them. They can outspend you. So you want to be economical with your budget, whatever kind of budget you have. Your regions that you're targeting, you can hold your control key down, and you can select more than one country. You can go in there and just, pretty much select all of them if you want. You want to go worldwide. Just start up here, hold your shift key down, and scroll down to the last one, and then let up on your shift key. It will highlight all of them. The agency services, you might want to ask the account manager about the agency services. I didn't check that because I didn't know what it was. Any additional information you think might be appropriate. They do want to know, when are you looking to launch your campaign? If you have your campaign put together, you're ready to go, tell them as soon as possible. They'll get on the horn and call you. They're going to ask you a lot of questions. They're not going to be there to school you in high traffic generation and tracking. Okay, they pretty much expect you to do that on your own. That's one company. You can use some of the cheap sites over here. AdPost. I've showed this before. They have 4 categories where you can upgrade your ad for $9.99 each. A total of $39.96 for a 6-month run. That's an average of about 12 cents a day. I get real good coverage with it. I've showed the results on this before. If I go and open this up and look at this particular website, 20 million views per month average. Number of visitors per day, this is just to this page, but I'm not getting everybody drilling down and actually looking at all my ads. They do come here, okay. Page views per day is to the actual ad post location, but specifically to the DMS group ad post, I get about 71,000 a day average. That's, so far. Number of page views to the actual ad post is right up here, so it does get a lot of good traffic. It's got good numbers. I do get a lot of good results out of these. You can sell vehicles, you can sell your homes, office equipment, personals, look for friends, relationships, pen pals, employment. There's all kinds of stuff that you can post there. And for one ad, you know, for less than $40, run a 6 months. I don't think you can get it that cheap over here at these high traffic sites. Okay. The next one is Max Bounty. This is a CPV, another CPV site like ClickSource, CPA Empire, Lead Exchanger. Commission Junction is more of a commission affiliate management site. ClickBooth, CPA Storm. These all have one form or another, okay, of cost per view. Max Bounty, you would go in as an advertiser, not as a publisher. Publisher, they've got their terms and what they require. But I would go in as an advertiser, and I would say, click to become an advertiser, fill out the form, send a message to them, and then they will have an account manager call you and connect with you and see if they want your business or not. Some of them are a little bit easier to work than others. There is one I will tell you right now, and I will put their stuff out on the street. DirectCPV.com. This firm right here, I do not recommend them at all. I've had some people recommend them, but I caught them sending bot traffic over. They have a simple $100 deposit. You can cap it at $10 a day. But here's the problem. They didn't have real human beings coming over to my campaigns. This particular company right here was sending bot traffic, and I was getting a lot of traffic, on a couple of my sites. But they weren't real because there was nothing happening. It was like out of 1,300, and each one of them was the same. This is another thing that was strange. I had, out of 167 campaigns, only had 2 of them that was getting traffic, and they were both 1,300 unique views per day. Well, there was no logins from that campaign. There was no opt-ins. It was just all views, and they were banging off. And it looked like everybody that came to the site was bailing. And I was running split tests, and everything was bailing. Well, that's what robots do. This is what bots do. They don't actually sign up. There was nothing, so I was just paying for robotic action, and I went back and I told them I was going to blow the cover off of them and give them bad press, and they gave me my money back, what I had left. They didn't give me all of it back. They should have. So I said, well, for the difference of what you didn't give back to me that I already paid for, I'm just going to give you about 100,000 times worth of bad press. So, they can't sue me for libel and slander. I just tell them that I'm going to give you bad press until you prove me wrong. They haven't come back to challenge me yet. So, real friendly, customer service was great. But I'm telling people, and I put this in print, I put it in my videos, do not, I don't care who tells you, the king of traffic or anybody else, do not use direct CPV. It's a waste of your money, waste of your time. You won't get real human eyeballs. Let's see, opt-in media, I think. Can't remember the name of that website. Okay, let's say dmsgroup.tripod.com. Let's see if I can get it pulled up here. Usually it comes up over here. This is another one of my old sites. Add choices. Oh, that's AdSense. I use their tools, but I wouldn't recommend spending on any amount of money with them either. Okay. So, you know, AdLand Pro's good. Add-a-do, Backpage, they have upgradable ads you can get on ad page. UAdPost, US free ads. Quick Ads has a nice little 30-day ad for $5. It brings in a nice little bit of traffic. Featured ad in 439 cities in your category. If you're advertising on some of the Hispanic sites, there's El Clasificado, and you know, they got Oportunidad de Empleo, Rentas Alquileres, Autos y Carros Nuevos Usados, Educación, Cursos y Clases por Internet. They've got a ton of stuff here. You know, if you want to penetrate the Hispanic market in Mexico, Central South America, Latin America, in the free world, Spain, they've got they've got classified ad sites over the Philippines. If you wanted to get a complete list, this is where I'm working on this. It's in there. Lahore Bazaar, that's Pakistan. Lahore Kushmila, that's a Pakistani site. Lahore earn.webs.com is, I don't know if they're still up or not, but, you know, if I'm not mistaken, when I looked at that, they took it down. Okay. It was a site up in Pakistan. So, see, some of these sites like this, I would have to, you know, go over and remove them out of the list. Lahore Bazaar, okay. They take ads in English. They have articles, promotions, and listings. If it's not a true classified ad site, which this is not, this is more of an authority site. I would come over here, okay, and I would do like this. Okay. And the same thing with this one. I would take and delete that. I would come up. As I clean this list up, I can take a group of these clean links and put them on another page, okay? Or I can just add to the page, or I can put it over here on page 2. Since these are pretty much dual column, alphabetical, what I might do is try to keep it down to 1 or 2 screens where I'm not running too many folds on this particular page. I might put in another section with a couple of columns of more links in there. But I would go in there and take that new link and look at the Lahore.Kushmila. I see it spinning a long time. That's usually going to tell me that it's a dead site, that it can't be found. Server can't be found, so I would just come back to that file. And that's how I clean up the file. Okay? And let's see, take that out, and we'll take this out. Well, there. Save it. Now, we'll get back over here to the actual right here. There's a list of sites that I've cleaned up on this, and I will make these free classified ad sites available soon. The high traffic sites, if I go up, well, that's not doing what I want it to do. There. This one. Okay. And you see where I put this in print about direct CPV. This will go into the finished document. I won't put it on the website. Okay. HyperTracker is an actual site where you can track your links and your campaigns. This right here is another one of my little top 6 picks. Let's see. I'll take this. And say delete 4. And we'll call this delete 5. clickdealer.com. Go up here and grab this. I'll get back. Grab this, say copy. I'm going to paste this into the chat box. Okay. So you guys can scrape them, copy them. Just run your left mouse button down and scrape it up, and then do a Control-C or right-click copy, and then paste that into a text file if you want those links. These right here, there's a ton of links in here I will be making available on these high-traffic sites. Most of them are paid sites. They're not cheap. They're a little bit more expensive than some of the paid sites over here. On these sites here, you can do $5 to $40 or $50, for an upgraded ad. The only difference is if you get over into Backpage and you're doing an ad over on Backpage, and you want to post an ad in multiple cities, they're all paid, and you want to do like instant rewards, you can't put them in the jobs section. You have to put them over in services, business services, or business opportunities. Then what you would do is you would select United States, and if you post them in all states, in all major cities, for 26 weeks, in this particular category for the U.S., it would cost you $369 for 6 weeks. Okay. If you just wanted to run them, by state, Let's say you wanted to, run the state of Indiana. You could do the state of Indiana for $5.13. And that would be, for 26 weeks, it would cost you $66.69. So this is like, for Indiana, $5.13 would probably run you for 1 week. Here's $15.39. You'd save 25% by running it for 4 weeks. Run it for 26 weeks if you want to run the same ad, like in Bloomington, Evansville, Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, Kokomo, Lafayette, Muncie, Richmond, South Bend, Terre Haute. Just, figure it out. You can do upgraded ads in Backpage. Now, a lot of people will say that Backpage is terse. Yes, it's terse because a lot of people try to post in the wrong category. If you post a business opportunity in one or more cities in the jobs, they're going to reject your ad. I'll tell you right up front. Okay, that's their terms. But if you put it in business opportunities and you want to choose a number of weeks, you can go 52 weeks if you want to. Just go for a whole year. You can do that. You can do 9 months. Okay. 26 and 13 is 39, so you come in here and say 39 weeks. Run it for 9 months. You got $200 to spare. You could do something like that if you wanted to. If you want to do the District of Columbia, you got D.C. proper, South Maryland, Northern Virginia. If you want to do all 3 of those, it'd run you $3.80 for the week. If you wanted to run that ad for a whole year, it'd cost you $197. Okay. 26 weeks, $49.40. So, you can run paid ads on Backpage. You just have to know how to use it, okay? And you can run cheap enough and affordable ads, but they're all featured ads, whereas these companies here that I use, these are all targeted ads. The difference between targeted ads and free and paid upgrades, the free and paid upgrades you can run on featured ads, and you'll get a lot of traffic on a cheap budget. It's a great way to get started, okay? But like all things, babies learn to crawl and then they learn to walk. When you first get started off in this business advertising, you have the baby syndrome where you got to crawl before you learn to walk. Okay. This right here, some of the cheap paid ads over on this directory will help you get up, started, and crawling. And eventually when you start making some money, you save your money, put it back. Don't reinvest all of it into your advertising budget, but you might take 15 or 17, 20% of it and reinvest it into advertising and test it. Are all results going to be positive? No. This is the whole nature of advertising. If anybody knows their history of the Great Depression, the only companies that lasted through the Great Depression and continued to operate beyond the Great Depression were those that advertised during the Great Depression and after the Great Depression. Those that went out of business are those that quit advertising, even on a small limited basis. Okay, so if you see some of these sites where they have upgradable ads, you might try placing a little highlighted ad for top placement for $5 for a 30-day ad in 439 cities. It's a great way to test and get your exposure out there. Okay, there's plenty of sites in here that you can look at. Let's see, I didn't want to close that. There. Charles had a question. Let's get down here and see what his question was. Is instant rewards both a work at home as well as a business opportunity? I would say yes. Work at home, business opportunity, it's all pretty much tied in. I know of people that have been using a converted garage into an office for the past 30, 40 years, long before the cottage industry of working at home became a big thing. Long before they had the internet, they were working at home. They just had to comply with certain deed restrictions in their neighborhoods, to have that kind of operation, because you couldn't have a whole lot of traffic coming in and out of your neighborhood, people and customers and clientele driving up your neighborhood and going through your front door into the house. Your neighbors might think you're doing drugs or something. But back then, they worked from home and then maybe went to an office if they had to meet with somebody, or they rented some office space, like these little corporate executive offices, virtual offices that you rent for a part-time basis with, receptionist services, where they would pay a monthly fee to have a little office space. They could do something like that. But long before the internet, there's been legitimate companies. I knew some oil and gas engineers and consultants in the oil and gas industry, telecommunications consultants that's been working out of their homes. One of the biggest companies that got started years ago was Cognigen Networks. Ken Anderson and his wife, before he retired and passed away, they got their company started back after, I think it was the 94 Act of the Federal Communications Act of 94, when they pretty much opened up the floodgates to every little private entity, in the telecommunications field. Him and his wife were working off the dining room table. They started a little cottage industry, selling and reselling telecommunications services. And I'm not just talking about cell phones and, long distance services. I'm talking about frame-to-frame relay, trunks, DSL, point-to-point, T1, T3, DS1, DS3, they got into MPLS. They did a lot. And now they're known as Telarus, after the company bought out the private entity, Telarus.com. And this is Adam Edwards, the new president of the company. I've been with these people here for about, I'd say about 14, 15 years, going on 16 years. I'm one of their major resellers. So, they've grown a lot. But I work from home. When I do this, I'll have my back office open and running. So, these are legitimate businesses. So, when you talk to people about instant rewards being both a work at home and a business opportunity, that's a yes and yes. But if they work it like a hobby, they're going to starve to death. They're not going to make any money. A hobby is something you do only when you're interested. It's like doing a stamp collection, okay? You get a new set of stamps come out each month. You go put them in your book, and then you look at them, and you go ooh and ah, and you drool all over them, get the gummy stick, and then you put them up for a couple of years, and then you go back and mess with it again. Well, if you do your business that way, it's not going to make you any money. But if you get on there like some of these people do, and you work this business every day, strategically map out a marketing and business plan. I put my marketing and business plan on a 3x5 index card for the Instant Rewards Network, okay? InstantRewardsNetwork.com. My U.S. home workforce, that didn't work. Okay. Forgot the S in the Instant Reward domain name. Somebody else has a domain name without the S. But I don't care if I'm doing Instant Money Network, Instant Payday Network, Instant Rewards Network, or U.S. Home Workforce, whatever I'm promoting. I dedicate a certain amount of time each day to posting ads, taking calls, setting up automated canned responses. When I see the actual leads come in, I'll pick up the phone and give them a call. If they send me an inquiry off of the ad with their name and a phone number, I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm going to give them a call. Okay? And I'm going to let them know that, this is real. A lot of times I send them over to my own website where I've got my own little lead capture page, and it's got my own video, got my voice in there, my own voiceover and narration. And sometimes I might even do a video of myself. I'm not photogenic. Some people, they may think I am, but, myself, I don't even like to listen to myself on replay. And I know there's probably people out there who probably don't even like to listen to me live. But, oh, come on. But, no, and I think that's kind of human nature. I used to listen to myself on tape recorders years ago when we was kids. We had reel-to-reel and cassette tape recorders. And I said, that's me? Oh, my God, I sound awful. Well, I do the same thing on camera. If I turn on my camera and I show my pearlies and I show my gray hair, I look like an old silverback Highlands gorilla, with all the white hair up on top of my head and brown hair on the sides. I can't even gray out evenly, not even graciously. But but I think that's just human nature. But get on the phone, call everybody you can. If you got a number, call them. If you've got it set up where somebody calls your Google Voice number, have it set to trap their number. Capture their ANI, the automatic number identification, and give them a call back and say, hi, this is Margot up in Washington, D.C., and sorry I missed your call, but I'm just wondering if you was calling on which ad, and they'll tell you. They'll tell you which ad they're calling on. Or you might say, hey, this is James over in Indianapolis, and I missed your call, but I just got back in. I saw where you called a few minutes ago, or you called back about 1 o'clock. It's now a good time to talk. Sit down and talk to them. They want to hear a real person. They want to hear that a real person is doing this, and that that they're making money with this, and just be a friend to them. Develop the relationship with them and develop the friendship with them. When you start getting into these high traffic paid networks like this, I've done a campaign, using some of these high traffic networks. I didn't use AdFish. I've used ClickSoar and Clicks Galore, Lead Bolts, Never Blue, ClickSoar right here. I think it's about a $300, $500 deposit, and then you can cap it out at $10, $20 a day and let it run for 30 days and see what kind of results you get on, one or two campaigns, and do some split test. When you get into campaigns and split testing, you're getting into a little bit more complicated marketing, but you don't need to be. You don't need to get complicated with instant rewards. Instant rewards is simple enough, okay, to operate with, some of these sites right here. Craigslist, as I've always said before, is an animal of its own species. Don't get hung up on it if you get ghosted and you get flagged. There's some courses that Anthony and ODell have put up in the Facebook groups about using Craigslist and how to keep from getting ghosted. Anthony Wright, I think he put up, here's one. I think he put up a post here yesterday. Help your referrals get started. He's got a lot of stuff in there. The IMN marketer, okay, it's going to have a lot of applicable methods that you can use over at the Instant Rewards Network versus the Instant Marketing or Instant Money Network, okay? So there's a lot of good training here. Use that. One of the reasons why Anthony and ODell have put up the IMN marketer training site is to answer those repetitious calls for help. Page 1, the root of the URL. Download this quick start guide, read through it, go through it. It's a lifesaver. And then start going left to right, top to bottom, reading some of the basics, common mistakes, getting started, marketing 101, how to market on Craigslist, what to do, what not to do. Same thing with about, Facebook. I've got some Facebook tutorials, how to join Facebook groups. I belong to almost 1,000 Facebook groups. How I got over 300, I don't know. It used to have a limitation, but now it's not so limited. Read through these. It might take you a few days. It might take you a few hours. You get over here into the files section and watch some of these videos. I talked to a lady today. She got started on some of these videos. I said, there's probably about 7 or 8 videos, or 7 or 8 hours worth of videos here. Using back-end offer strategies, posting on Craigslist, creating canned responses on Craigslist, completing your registration. A lot of people wonder why they can't get into the back office. They get over here and they say, well, I typed in my email address and my password and I can't get in because they didn't go through the registration process. Okay. If they can't get to this portion of the back office and they can't get to this portion, then it's probably because they haven't gone through the registration process. And I tell them, go watch these videos. It'll show you, replay. This is why Anthony and ODell have put up this site to answer those repetitious questions, because a lot of us get orphaned. Our sponsors go off to doing something else, out of sight, out of mind. You know, it just, you know, it makes you want to bite nails sometimes, you know, that people do that. But you've got to accept that, you know, this is part of human nature. Some people change business opportunities as fast as they change their socks. Okay. And I change mine every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. If I'm working out in the garden, I get my boots and my socks dirty. Okay. It just, you know, but sometimes people will do that even with business opportunities, and they're often doing something else because they can't focus. This is why they don't make any money, okay? Because they can't stick with something like this, you know, that I've been doing this now for the past month. If I get over to my U.S. Home Workforce, I've been with U.S. Home Workforce. I've been over there. I just botched it. U.S. Home Workforce.com/DMS group. There. I've been with them since April the 11th of last year, when we were connected into the Instant Rewards. Now they're with My Cash Freebies. But I've stuck with them for over a year, okay? I've been doing Instant Rewards, the offer sites, through different networks over the past year. I just recently got them hooked into the InstantRewardsNetwork.com, signed up for a back office account over there, because I'm familiar with the back office of the LCPS system. So use some of these sites. I will make paid advertising sites available. I'll put a page on here up at the top, and I'll probably move this over, and I'll put something like paid ad sites. High traffic classified ad sites, and you know, these are paid sites. I'd say if you're starting out, just start out with the cheap ones, the $5 and $40 paid sites. You know, let's see, Charles. Okay, it's tough for those of us who have ADD to stay at even for an hour. I share this with those who do have it. Take a break every 20 minutes or so, and then come back and continue. That's true. Me, I go for, you know, I'll do this for an hour, okay, and I'll cover a lot of terrain in 1 hour. I break the speed limit when I'm posting in an hour. Then I take a break for about 10, 15, 20 minutes. Go off and get some coffee. But, you know, if you know you have some limitations with ADHD, ADD, you might work 15 minutes, 20 minutes at a time, like Charles says, and then go take a break, and then come back and work another 15 or 20 minutes. I've got some outsourcers over in the Philippines that do outsourcing for me, and they can post 30 ads in 15 minutes, and that's slow. I can do them in about 5 minutes. Post 15 ads, 30 ads, go off, take a break, eat breakfast, drink some coffee, come back, and do 30 more. I can get through this page right here, this list, because I'm already registered on everything. I can get through this list in about 2 hours, logging in, post the ad, logging out. And that's slow. That's just diddling. And then I'll go over here to page 2, and I'll go through these, and there's probably about 30, 40, less than 50. I'll go in and I'll post ads on this, and that takes me about another hour or two. So yeah, it's not that hard. You can work 15 minutes, 20 minutes at a time. Take a break. You can go through. You can go through this in about 2 hours. You can go through the first page in about 2 hours. So in the course of a day, 4 hours, you can probably go through all of these just by taking 15, 20 minutes at a time. Can you demo one for us? I'm not going to go through all of them. I'll take, let's see, I'm going to save, let's see, that's one I made change. I didn't want to save that. Okay. And let me go over here and say open. So go back to, where did I put? Looking for a particular text file. Okay. Let me grab this, go down here, grab that, copy. Just a real quick rundown what I do on some of my Facebooks. Okay. I'll do some of my Facebook groups. I come in here and I'll hit my groups directory on the groups link, let it populate. Last time I took a count last week before I came up here to Tulsa, I had a little over 600. This is the Williston area of North Dakota up there in the Bakken. I'll click that off, click this, click that on, click here. And while I've got some suggested groups up here, I'll take a look at them real quick and say, okay, let me go ahead and send them a join request. Join 5 groups after I post. Come down here, hit this. That took me all of about 10 seconds. Okay, this takes a few. So let me take my watch off here. Now, I'll do some on the classified ad sites in just a second. I could time myself just on, these Facebook groups. Bam. Okay. Woman to woman. I guess I should have used my alternate ID. Post that is submitted for approval. Click that one. Go back over here and click. Okay. So I've done 2 in the space of 60 seconds with narration. Now, let's go over here. Okay. And I say open, come over here. I'm going to right click, open in a new tab, come over here, right click, open in a new tab, come back, open, open. I'm not going to do Craigslist right now because I've done Craigslist before. Do classified ads. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5, 6 tabs open. Okay. I say post one in the employment section over. Okay. Did I? On this computer, I don't have anything cookied in, so I have to remember my logins. I'm going to skip that. Okay. Let's go over here and say log in. I can't remember my login, so let's say register. If you don't have an account here, just register now for free. Log in, place the ad. I'm going to skip that because I don't have time. I don't have my other computer. I'm on my laptop. And I don't have everything cookied in on this one. Here, I would say log in, and let's see if I can remember. All right, it says error. Log out, so I am in. All right, my active ads, my expired ads, place an ad right up here. It should have a little bit more prominent link. Let's say jobs, administrative, let's say customer service, put the ad length in there for 90 days, ad title, CSR, referral, text, don't need to put a price in there, see 79410. This is a job offer, and let's post this in here. Let me go back over here and grab a different ad. And let's see, adjust this. Thank you for, well, that didn't work. Let's see, delete. Thank you, okay. Put some dots in there. I'm going to take I'll leave that there, and okay, let's say 20. I'll fill in the price field, state, province, let's say Texas. Okay, submit. All right, I don't want to put any images. Enter no images. And it does not put a live link, so your people, when they come to visit this ad, if they see it, they would have to copy that and then, open it up to bring them over to the actual web page. Okay, and this is the page that I linked in. This is also the same ad that I'm running over on Facebook. So I would say log out and close this. Ad Barker, I want to look for, let's see, business opportunities. I want to place an ad up here. Okay. All right. Skip that. We've already done back page. Freeclassifiedads.com. Let's log in here. I know this one. And see, this is, no, really, Chuck, it's not a matter of luck or bad luck. I just, I just go on, okay? If it doesn't let me in, I just go on. It's no big deal. You can always go back and fix the broken stuff later, okay? What you're looking for is productivity and output and speed when you're in these sites, okay? When you're in this list of ads, okay, you want to get in there and post your stuff. All right, let's say services, let's say start over, jobs, sales jobs. And I want to come in here and give this a URL highlight. It would automatically take the http:// and it'll highlight this. We'll give it some background color and text color. We'll give it a little red and bold to make it stand out. Now, say sales jobs, make some quick cash for the summer. All right, and I'm going to post this in Tulsa, okay, and I'm going to take my name out, leave my email in there. I'm going to leave my voicemail number in there. We're going to say 74129 is our zip for Tulsa. We're going to run it for 9 months. Put the captcha code VPKZB. Browse. Let's see. I've got get over here. I'm going to put an image in there. Preview money, money, money. There it is. That's the one I want. Okay. Take the preview off. Insert that one. And we're going to say finish. And there's your ad. Okay. They can click on that and see the image. If you were selling something, you could put a picture of a car or whatever. Okay, if they want to respond to this ad, they can click on that link and go directly over to the sign up page. Let's go back, and they can say, put in their name, their email address, and put in a message. If they want to call you, they've got your number. They can call my voicemail, leave me a number, a name. My voicemail is going to automatically catch their number, and I'm going to call them back. And I'm going to say, are you interested in making some quick cash for the summer? You know, I'm going to send you an email. with a link. What you do is you go and grab your Craigslist reply or your own reply with a link to your login site. Tell them to log in and follow the instructions. Send them to your front office over at the Instant Money Network or Instant Rewards Network. Make sure you send them over to your lead capture. If you send them over to the offer site, here's the problem that you run into. Let's say you go to starter.instantrewards.net. And if you don't send them over to your link and you just send them over to the instantrewards.net, they're going into the house account because they're not being referred by a user. All right. Now, if I log in and I've got all my links in a file, I could send them directly. I could bypass the login page. All right, let me try this here. Now, here is where I have my number. I'm going to copy the link location, and let's close this back out. All right, so if I sent them that link, it would have my reference ID number. Then it would read, "You're being referred by Ernest, user ID 19134. Okay, you want to make sure that you grab your numbers from the back office. If you do it, the best way to do it is have everything set up in your back office here over at instantrewards.com, and have your Instant Rewards offer sites synchronized with your account in the back office. If you don't have a copy of the back office in a front page like this, lead capture page, go back over to Facebook, get into the files section of Instant Rewards, click on getting started with Instant Rewards, and watch this completing registration video. A lot of people they'll miss a step. Okay, I need to go in here and edit this and fix this, but I'll have to do, let's see, yeah. Why this gets messed up, I don't know. Okay. This video right here, completing the registration, is very important. I'm going to save this file, and hopefully it won't get skewed on the layout again. Somehow, I don't know if somebody's going in there and editing the file. They don't know what they're doing, or what. I've got a copy of this file saved on my hard drive, so I can always override anything that gets skewed. If you don't have a copy of this in your back office where you can get in, you haven't completed the registration. And you can basically go in InstantRewardsNetwork.com. Let me get logged in. I've got a link. I sent it to somebody earlier today. Let me get over here. I think I sent it to Grace. Did I send it to Grace? Maybe I sent it to Erica. Okay. That's the login. Okay. Right here. You don't need the affiliate ID on the end of that URL. You can just take and go to the /admin/register. And I want to punch it into the chat window. Not a problem, Lori. We understand that happens with the networks. I've been running over for about 30 minutes. Anyway, I try to keep this down. I don't want to, make this much more than an hour. I'm going to unmute everybody and just kind of say good evening to Parita, Michelle, Margot again, Lori. James, thank you for attending with us, and Charles. We've had a lot of good questions. As usual, we tend to run over the allotted 1 hour. We sometimes go for an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. But I just sent that link over in the chat window. You can use that, copy it, watch the video. If you have the link from your sponsor, it's best to use that one because that will put you, in the sponsor's downline. If you've already registered on their lead capture page, it should put you in their downline anyway. Okay, whether they're there to help you or not is a different matter. Okay. Because like most of us, we're probably orphaned. But Charles, in answer to your question about, posting some of these ads, I just go through here and I open up in a new tab, come back, grab the next one, go to Hoobly. I'll open up 5 or 10 at a time. And then I'll go in there, I'll log in. Usually I'm cookied in on my other computer, so everything's plugged in automatically. I don't have the cookies set up to write in automatically on this laptop for security reasons. For a lot of reasons, I don't.
When you say cookied in, I think that might be a better offline conversation because I don't know really what you mean by that.
Well, you would go to your tools browser in Mozilla Firefox, click on options, and for one thing, you would turn off your pop-up blockers, okay, to allow the pop-ups. This is why sometimes I have to manually go over here and allow pop-ups, okay? The general tab, I'm fine here. This I'm fine. The privacy, leave that as is. Leave that as is. Go over to advanced.
So are you saying that's because of that. It's logging you in when you get there. You don't have to type it in.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
already
okay.
it's already written a cookie. I've allowed cookies to be written to my hard drive.
All right.
I'm looking. I've forgotten how to do this.
I'm glad I asked.
Because I just, I do so much.
Yeah. It's instinct for you.
Yeah, I don't really have time to log into each site. Okay,
Me neither. I've been using some kind of thing to
tracking.
save passwords.
Do not tell sites anything about my tracking preferences. What I would do here is tell sites I do not want to be tracked, or tell sites that I want to be tracked. If I do this, then I would get cookied. Okay.
Yeah.
Here is where I would clear all my current history. Okay.
Yes. I know
And
that.
I would tell Fox Pro to remember history, and then I would tell sites that I want to be tracked for them to write the cookies in the privacy section. I'm going to cancel that for right now. Like I said, I don't want to monkey around with this
Right.
particular laptop. But let's see. Gumtree cannot be found.
No, I couldn't find it either.
Well, it might be because it doesn't have a .com on the end of it. I need to go in there and fix that. If you say gumtree.com, there. That works. I got to go in there and fix that link. It just doesn't have the .com in the embed code. Okay. But like this ad right here, anything that you highlight and make clickable, it's going to be clickable, and they can send you an email. You can set up a canned response for this to match the title.
Gotcha.
But this is pretty
ODell?
much direct. It's sending them straight over to the site, so I don't have to send them a canned response.
ODell?
Yeah.
What occurred this evening is I was working in filters, and I have a new ad that I kind of not plagiarized but modified. And when I went to the area where you put it into the subject, and then you go over to where canned responses, it did not pick up the canned response that I had just entered.
Yeah. Well, we can go over this probably tomorrow. I've got another webinar tomorrow, but sometime during the day.
Okay.
You've got me hooked into your Skype, don't you?
Yeah. I don't know. Give me your Skype address.
Skype address, okay. Everybody, if you're watching, the chat window is DMSGROUP_BLANCOTX. That's my Skype ID. DMS group. DMSGROUP. It's in the Skype chat, or not Skype chat, but it's in the control panel chat. DMS group _BlancoTX.
Okay.
D as in Daniel, MS group. That's Digital Media Systems Group.
Right.
_BlancoTX. I originally set this up when I was living in Blanco, Texas.
Okay. Everybody knows where Blanco, Texas is.
They should. It's north of San Antonio, west of Austin, south of Marble Falls, and it's east of Lukenbach, 25 miles. There you go.
Population?
Population about 2,000 now. We've grown.
Right, golly.
But, if you've got Skype, send me a Skype Connect request, and we'll connect with you. Frida's on the call.
Yes.
we get together a lot during the day and mastermind a lot with Gary. So, I had to shut down the call earlier. I had already started the webinar, but we do a lot during the day, and I can go over this with you, and I can fire up a webinar on the fly for you, Charles.
Okay.
I just can't spend a lot of time because while I'm up here in Tulsa, I'm busy with clients and family. So,
well, it said it would accept 20, and I had 6 done, and it wouldn't start accepting it. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have to take a look at it. Now tomorrow, training on Thursday is for the U.S. Home Workforce back office live training. We have a little bit different format over at the U.S. Home Workforce live training. Different network, My Cash Freebies, Paradise Freebies. Same LCPS system. The U.S. Home Workforce has a few added functions into it versus the Instant Money Network and the Instant Rewards Network. The Instant Rewards Network and the Instant Money Network is probably 2 of the easiest systems to work with and promote. If people can't figure this out and work with it, I just don't know how much easier Anthony and ODell could make it, because it's like one of the easiest systems to work with. The webcast tomorrow night will be at the same time, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. It'll be a different address. I'm trying to think. I have to go in here. Make sure this works right. Yeah, that's for the U.S. Home Workforce. So, James, you're in the U.S. Home Workforce also. Okay. There's a link for the U.S. Home Workforce webinar tomorrow night. As you see here, that's tomorrow night. Different network, different front end, Monday and Thursdays. It says 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm rolling it back to 8 o'clock. Okay. I'm going to start doing everything. All my webinars are going to be started at 8 o'clock Eastern. That way you can get in and get out a lot sooner, earlier in the evening. It'd be 5 o'clock Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock in the morning Philippines. I think it would be like 6 o'clock in the morning in New Delhi and Israel, because I think they're about 8 hours ahead of us. We're GMT minus 6 here, so GMT would be, 2 o'clock in the morning. Somebody help me. Parita.
Yes.
Somebody help me here. 8 o'clock Eastern would be 6 o'clock GMT. So that would be about, no, there's minus 5 GMT, so that would be 1 o'clock in the morning London. Italy or Spain, I think, would be 2 o'clock in the morning. Occasionally I'll have somebody come in from my European time zones and they'll attend with me. But when some of us have been on these calls before, when Jeba has been on the call with us from India, and he had to get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning to jump online with us. And then Angie and my niece over in the Philippines, they have to get on there about 8 o'clock in the morning. They're 12 hours from New York, 12 time zones, halfway around the world from the Eastern time zone. So, yeah, we run a lot of different time zones. Now, tomorrow night, totally different layout. We'll be covering a lot of different information. But tonight, I wanted to share with you guys some of this high traffic stuff. Let me get this back down to a workable. Word wrap this. Okay. I wanted to show you some of these high traffic sites that I use. I will make, let's see, I was going to make these available, so let me do that. Excuse me. I'll plug these in, and you can scrape them from the chat window here. And check out some of these sites. I'll make the text files available. I can put them up on the description of the YouTube video. But I might even make them available back here in the files section. And I'll just upload a file and say browse. I'm going to go over to let's see. Go into instant rewards, high traffic sites. Let's say edit. That's the one. Okay. And say a small directory of high traffic paid ad sites, not your everyday free classified sites. No affiliate sites in this list, I don't think. There. High traffic sites. I just uploaded it for you guys, so you can go over there and open it up. You can download it. You can preview it. Scrape it, copy it, do what you want to with it. I don't have any affiliate links in this. I do have the classified ad sites up there at the top, which is one that we regularly advertise, this one here. Use it. It's free. You've got some cheap upgrades you can use, but take this, take it and run with it. This right here, this adstolife.com, I would probably hold off using those because Liberty Reserve was recently busted by the Department of Justice and Interpol for running some money laundering scams with other high-yield programs. They were run by a bunch of Russian mafia. And Ads to Life is one of those that I might hold off on using. Commission Junction is legit. ClickBooth, CPA Storm, Affiliate Syncing, CPA Empire, Hydra Media, Max Bounty, Never Blue Ads. These are good sites. They're not all free. They're not all paid. They're not all high dollar. The high dollar sites are in the bigger list. But this is, some of the paid campaign sites that you can use that you can still run on a budget. Okay? That's the only reason I posted here. It's a small directory of high traffic paid sites that you can use. It won't cost you an arm and a leg. You won't have to put the kids into slavery or anything to pay the bill. You won't have to mortgage the house. So use the ones that you can use. You might want to use Clicky or Get Clicky for your tracking. It's cheap. It's easy to set up. Clicky.com. GetClicky.com, same company. Real good little link tracker. They've been incorporated into the webs.com format. So if that's all for tonight, I'm going to go ahead and sign off and say thank you all for showing up. And you've got the link for tomorrow's webinar over at U.S. Home Workforce. If not, just inbox me over on Facebook and I'll send it to you. Anyway, good night, y'all. And
good night, Ernest.
We'll catch up with you over on Skype in a little bit. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ernest.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.